Okay, the next activity I'd like to show you is the chat activity. As its name aptly describes, the chat activity allows students to have a chat with one another, to have a conversation with one another in real time online. So let me just show you what one looks like. This is one we did in Moodle training. If this were a live one and people were available, you'd simply click here and then you get a pop-up window that allows you to enter the chat room. Let me just show you what a past session looks like so you can see what you'd get. These are the people that were part of the session, and if we go into the session you can see when somebody entered the chat room and what they added to the discussion. So everybody has a running record of what happens there. What I'd like to do now is show you how to build one. This is again a pretty simple one to build. If we go back into the Moodle information course, I'm going to let that load a minute, and I'm going to ask you to make sure that you have your editing turned on, which will allow you to be able to add a resource or add an activity. We are going to add an activity. I'm just going to let my page load first before I do that. Okay, so now if I pick an activity to add, I'm going to add a chat. And this allows me to set the chat room, the name of this chat room. This would be the topic that you would like, the title of the topic that you'd like students to engage in the chat in, and then the description might be a question you want them to discuss, or the purpose of the chat room would be available here. Chat sessions. This is simply to set a time that you would like to appear on their students' Moodle calendar. And if you're not using Moodle Calendar, as most of us aren't, then you would want to just leave that blank or leave it at don't publish any chat times, and you would just tell students as part of their homework or whatever that you wanted them to do a chat. If you are using the Moodle Calendar, then you can decide whether there are no repeats of the session, whether it will repeat every day at the same time or every week at the same time. You can also determine whether sessions are deleted, how long you want something to stay in Moodle. So if somebody's doing a group project and it's going to be completed in the next 7 days, then it can be deleted after 7 days. So you can determine that. And here you can determine if everyone can see the past sessions. So you know how I went in and saw past sessions, you can determine whether students can or cannot have the ability to do that. And that's all it takes to set one up. The other module settings are the ones that you get in every other activity that you build. Then just hit save, and it takes you to your back to your course. That's how to set up a chat activity. Some creative ways to use it. It could be a record of asking students to have a dialogue about something. Students could use it in foreign language to create a dialogue or have a dialogue. It can be used for group work outside of class. If a group needs to collaborate on something, you could set up a chat which would allow them to have a discussion about a topic that they're working on as part of a project. You can even use it in class that would allow students who are perhaps more quiet to participate in a discussion. So there are a lot of creative ways that you can use this, and I'll leave it to your own creativity to figure out how to use it for your course. Thanks for listening.